some points.
I don't like what it's doing. Now, we're good. I'm not going to put our audio in the kids laughing.
Okay.
Because parents tune in.
Sure.
As Coach Couch said, there's not a staff for that. Right. So he said that they wanted, or they nominated Brady Boomer for E3 Team of the Week as well. Sure. But they didn't really know how to account for the covered kickoff. He covered both of them to go along with his
interception return touchdown, yeah.
And his touchdown. So it's one of those things where that defensive special teams have been extremely opportunistic, and it's gotten Wisconsin wins for it. Now, we talked about this last night on our high school broadcast. How long can you ride your defense into the season? Eventually, you're going to come up against an offense that can score on your defense. Sure. Proficiently in your defense. We saw it last night.
Oh, yes.
The Alma High School defense had been dominant for 3 weeks. Very, very strong. Last night, couldn't stop the rushing attack of Bertrand. And therefore, the offensive deficiencies that they had were magnified. That's the perfect word for it. Were magnified. Does that happen here tonight with the Anderson passing attack against the Alma defense? I believe Alma can stop it. Alma's got one of the fastest secondaries I've ever seen to the football. I think it fits into the Alma defense's game perfectly.
Right, and in theory, at least, if Anderson's rushing struggles continue in there without Reggie Lipscomb, or at least that's what we expect based on the depth chart for the normal starting running back, it should be a situation that the Scots can cheat a little bit and put an extra guy in the grass coverage to try to take away the Anderson passing attack. But boy, Tyson Harley is to try to deal with it. 5,235 career yards, between 40 touchdowns, 23 interceptions, led the NCAA for completion per game last year, second in yards, 14% average, 874 passing yards per game. It's down a little bit so far through 2 weeks, but nonetheless, he can swing it all over the place, and he's got to be ready for that.
They do, and that's one thing that the defense expects, and they expect Anderson to take some chances. And what the Alma defense feels, what their mentality is yeah, they're going to take some chances, but that gives us chances to make a play on football. Sure, that's exactly what they're going to try to do. Create more of those turnovers and continue to be the nation's leader in creating turnovers.
Yeah, 8 interceptions already this year. Right. So that's where the bulk of those turnovers of the stats come from.
And fans, let's welcome the Ravens of Anderson University.
The offense in the Ohio year. Statistically, tonight Anderson has not been very good on defense. Allowing near 600 yards per game, 576 yards a game, given up to 290 on the ground, 386 through the year. Last week, Lakeland tagged him to 54. But it would appear that Anderson is really struggling getting the defense clamped down, and that could be the recipe for Alma to try to air it out and capitalize on what they kind of found for that short period of time in the first quarter last week and try to stretch that out over a full season.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the wide receivers to do it. You just look at even their 2 Ds. They've got Kowalski, Johnston, and Frenchco listed as starters. But that means your second level of receivers are Brody Krim, Noah Jansen, and Cole Thomas.
Right.
Those are 6 awful good receivers.
2 of them have a completion to each other.
Right.
Krim 42 yards to Jansen back and just one on a quick play against Boston. So we're absolutely right about that. Take a look around some other MIAA actions. Albion gets a win against Hanover 24-14. Trying in overtime, a 1-point victory against the
athletic events. Please support all participants and officials in a positive manner. Be loud, be proud, and especially be positive. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing as we honor America and those who support our freedom at home and abroad through the playing and singing of our national anthem.
Page in the famous alum section, he's on there, but if you click on it, you get a different Ben McDonald who was a professional baseball pitcher.
So remember him.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Played for the Orioles.
I think that's right. Pretty big name. Top left. But unfortunately, they got the wrong Ben McDonald link. But the one from Alma is an Anderson alum. So if he's listening tonight, he might be a little torn in who he's rooting for. A lot of ties actually from the Alma Church of God.
I would bet he is listening. He listens to our broadcast quite often.
There are a lot of folks from the Alma Church of God who have been affiliated with Anderson University and has a Church of God affiliation. Back here at Balky Field on 104.9 WQBX from the Revolution Electric broadcast perspective, right up at the 50-yard line, midfield atop the press box. We can see everything. Bright sun still out over the field. Little bit of glare for the fans in the home bleachers for probably the first hour and a half or so until that sun goes behind the Stone Rec Center across the way. But fortunately, the teams have chosen the jerseys with the easy-to-read numbers. We called a game in similar conditions a couple of years ago with the plaid jerseys, and oh my gracious, that was a bit of a challenge.
It was not easy.
But instead, we're going to be able to see tonight, Anderson actually has names on their jerseys, which is especially helpful. They send Sam Fiola out to call the coin toss. Alma sends out Alex Dean and the captain. And Anderson has won the toss, and currently, Fiola is contemplating what he wants to do.
Let's listen in.
Anderson won the toss and elected to defer. Alma will receive.
So Alma will receive the opening kickoff after Anderson deferred. Alma's going to defend the south end zone, move to the north. That's left to right from our perspective. And it will be a little bit into the wind. Not the most common wind here for Balky Field. It is out of the northeast today, so if you've been to Balky Field, you can visualize where that means.
Might get chilly later on when the sun goes down. It's hot right now up here, though, I'll tell you what.
If that's the case, we'll be very glad to have our new Kurt Kilt-style T-shirt, or sweatshirts,
That's not a T-shirt. It's a nice, heavy sweatshirt.
And it's right behind me, actually. I'm going to grab it right now before it...
Well, here's the first question of the night that we need to ask, and Coach Couch asked me this on Wednesday at the coaches show. Will they kick to Devin Frenchko?
Right. Well, that is a very
good
question. You would certainly assume that if they watched any film whatsoever of his 3 returns for well over 200 yards last week, including a 100-yard touchdown and a 98-yard touchdown, that the ball will go somewhere other than to number 8.
Well, the Scots are going to put Brady Duma back there as well, though.
They will, and they're actually, if they kick the alignment that they've gone with at the moment, they're going to try to cheat Frenchko up. Now he's going to move side by side with Duma. I would have loved that to basically say, hey, you got to kick it over our heads if you're out there trying to boot this thing deep, if you are Caleb Oliver. But they'll go side by side with Frenchko on the left and Duma on the right, both at the 10-yard line. Oliver out of Marion, Indiana, handles the kickoff duties, the punting, and the place kicking.
Big boy.
He is.
Wearing number 99, and he looks like he could go right down on the line.
A beautiful fall night here in the middle of September. The Hall of Fame game live from Alma College on 104.9 WQBX, video streaming at almascots.com, and we are about one more whistle away from being ready to go. I heard one, and I thought we were going to start.
Play clocks were not equal. There was 40 on one and 25 on the other.
I didn't know they were capable of displaying something different, but apparently so. And now a little bit of a pump fake. Nope. They're going to restart the play clock.
Play clock starts on the whistle.
Can't say as I've ever seen a delay of game on a kickoff, but I suppose it's possible. A few stutter steps and Oliver boots it away. It's in the direction of Frenchko. He's going to get a chance. Over the shoulder catch at the 8, up the numbers on the far side.
Look
25,
out.
30, oh my gracious, 40, 45, outside at the 50 and shoved out of bounds by Oliver, the kicker. A big collision on the sideline and add 15 more for Frenchko.
Why on earth would you kick the ball to Devin Frenchko?
Well, sometimes it's difficult to avoid, but I think they could have gone to the other side of the field.
He still leads the nation in kick return average.
Yeah,
that hurt him, though, badly.
That's just what I was going to say. He returned that kick approximately 45 yards, and his average goes down.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. He's going to say, I can't return it anymore. It's going to hurt my stats. Nonetheless, once they march off what is likely to be a personal foul, and it's hard to fault Oliver. First of all, he's a kicker who's not used to making stops. B, he's in a desperation situation, but just got a little too much of Frenchko late.
Absolutely right that it was Oliver, and second question of the night that is answered is that it will be Trent Devereaux getting his first career start.
You are correct. Devereaux will have Keegan Benkert behind him in the backfield. Benkert, 24 carries, 84 yards, and a touchdown, his first career touchdown.
Look for hard play action and a deep ball here, maybe.
Scots will go 3 wide to the right. Johnstone along with Goralski. We got to tell you about Goralski's warm-up right after this play. Devereaux looks that direction. Good time in the pocket. Now collapses. He'll take off on the run and pick up 2 down to about the 28. Actually, that's only back to the line of scrimmage. The penalty a little further forward than I expected.
Yep, you're right.
So no gain. But anyway, so the end of the Scots pregame warm-up, consists of putting their team in punt formation, punting the ball, but then the whole team comes after the returner. The returner is Goralski, who stood near midfield, caught the ball, and did a backflip. And, of course, they didn't actually tackle him, but caught the ball and did a backflip to the delight of everyone. It was very cool. Second down, Scots. Quick throw out to the left, dropped right off the shoulder pads of Alex King.
You wonder if maybe the sun played a factor in that one.
Well, I wouldn't think so.
Except he's looking back towards us.
Yeah, King's got the good view.
Ball was on time, right in the right spot.
It'll be 3rd and 11.
Not in field goal range here are the Scots. That's going into that north wind.
Correct. They'll move Johnstone over to the left-hand side. So he'll be out there along with Webb. Actually leads the Scots in receptions. 3rd down, thrown underneath, tipped up by Webb, tried to tip it to himself at the 25 and couldn't. Would have been short of the 1st down anyway. And now I assume you got to go for it if you're Alma,
I think you do. I think you probably throw it down towards the end zone and either a catch or you hope that it's one of those situations where the defender picks it off and it serves as good of a punt. You either score a touchdown or it's an interception.
Yeah, wants to pad his stats. And
they're going to bring Frenchko into the game at a receiver position with Goralski.
Those two, along with King, wide to the right on 4th down and 11. Alma's gone 1 yard backwards after the big kickoff return. Devereaux rolling in that direction. Pretty good protection. Throws on the run underneath, caught by Goralski at the 19 and steps out of bounds at the 16. He's going to be very close. He should have the 1st down by a yard.
Yes, he does. They're going to wave the sticks. That's a good play call. Really nice execution. Keegan Benkart with a great block on the blitzing linebacker that time as Devereaux rolled to his right. Trent put the ball right on the money to Goralski, who knew exactly where he needed to get. Really nice play all around by the Scots.
It's only the 3rd catch of the year for Goralski. He has 5 carries to go with it, and he's one of those guys that Alma wants to get the ball however they can. 1st down from the 16. First possession in the game, and here's the first handoff to Benkert. Off right tackle and finds a little bit of space down to about the 12. So move the ball about 4 yards upfield.
They're going to go quickly. I can hear the play call coming in here.
Eli Jackson amongst the 3 receivers to the left. Webb at a wing. Handoff up the middle again. No, play action fake and a quick underneath throw to Jackson. Cuts inside at the 5. Stumbles, leaches, and scores. Exactly, you got it. Stumbled as he was in the midst of an ankle tackle from Fiola at the 3 and managed to dive the full 3 yards, get the ball across the plane, and the Scots lead 6-0.
He got a huge block out on the perimeter from one of his receivers. I'm not sure who it was out there, but that was a phenomenal block to spring him. What a great play. Nice opening drive for Trent Devereaux and the Scots there. Very much
so. Hernandez comes on for the extra point.
Had a couple blocked last week.
Yeah, they were a bit of an adventure. A bad snap on a field goal as well. This snap is perfect. Devereaux gets it down, and Hernandez booms it through. 7-0 Alma, 13-16 to play first quarter. We'll be right back. A terrific start for the Alma Scots. Nate Webb with the touchdown grab. I think I misspoke myself and called it Jackson. That's 45 and 44.
And 45, and they look
tight
exactly
ends,
alike.
But it is Webb with yet another reception to add to his tally on the season, and he barrels in for a touchdown, gives Alma a 7-0 lead. Alma converts the 4th down on that drop-down pass to Goralski to keep the drive alive, and they turn it into 7. Caleb Kinsvatter on to kick it away. That ball hooking over to the left. Going to be a little bit hard to handle. Picked up at about the 15-yard line, stumbling forward across the 30 is going to be Andre Moore.
Well, now let's see that exciting Anderson offense. You know, they bring an aerial attack, but the Scots brought the aerial attack on that first possession, putting it in the air 4 times.
They sure did. A trio of receivers to be on the lookout for. James Tucker, the primary threat, 14 catches, 128 yards, 3 touchdowns, but also look out for Zach Talent, 13 grabs himself, and Michael Ferraro, 7 catches for 41 yards, all in week 1. So plenty of options for the big guy Tyson Harley out of New Palestine, Indiana, 6'3", 261 at quarterback. He is a load. Play action fake on first down, straight drop, now dancing to his left in the pocket. Steps in, throws it downfield, looking for Ferraro, just over the top of him and incomplete.
Boy, had him open.
Definitely had space there at about the 44-yard line of Alma, but just airmailed it a bit with the wind behind him, and it'll be second down.
Had a lot of time.
Talking to Scott's co-defensive coordinator, Ryan Ettinger, before the game, he said that getting to Harley is something that most teams really have struggled with. It's just hard to do. Andre Moore is the running back, and they'll fake it to him on second down, swing it out to the left to Tucker, tries to cut inside a nice little bubble screen block against Gage Nelson, but Kretschmar comes over and makes the stop at the 37. It's nice. A pickup of 5.
Play from behind by Kretschmar. 3rd and 5 here on the opening drive for Anderson.
7-0 Alma, 12:45 to go in the first quarter, just getting underway here. Night action from Balky Field at Alma College. Harley will come up, bark out the protection to his offensive line, and now send Tucker in motion to the left. A quick throw out to Ferraro, and too quick with that, and then a huge wrestling match after the play between Tucker and Connor Duma, pardon me.
Tucker trying to hold a block. I don't think Tucker realized that the ball was incomplete. Ball threw Duma to the ground. I don't know that I actually would have thrown a flag there.
I think it's kind of one of those, you got to throw something, whether they maybe offset this. The two guys were locked up with each other. Tucker.
Play, get ball, personal foul, offense, number 3. That's a 15.
Oh, that's going to back up this punt.
Indeed, so instead of being at the 37, back to about the 22, as Oliver, the punter, will come out. Goralski will handle the return. And I wonder at what point the Scots might ask Frenchco, hey, can you catch punts?
Sure.
And also Goralski should remember not to do the backflip in the middle of a play.
A.J. Henning sure could catch punts for Michigan in his first opportunity today. He had a number of nice returns.
And he had a few chances as well.
Wow. You're not wrong there.
Goralski stands at his 45. Oliver will be backed up inside the 10 to punt this away. Scots put 10 on the line of scrimmage. We'll see if they come after the big guy. Fans stomp their feet. Oliver rolls to the right. It's a high punt, but short. Goralski fair catch signal at the Anderson 47.
It's great field position for the Scots here to start the second possession.
Alma will roll the offense out already with a 7-0 lead and still 12 minutes left in this first quarter. This has the potential to be a game that takes a long time clockwise because of how much Anderson will throw. Balky Field fans, no strangers to that back from the Scott gun era, where sometimes games were 4 hours as the Scots would throw it 70 times. But don't be surprised if Anderson continues to air it out themselves. Trent Devereaux brings the Alma offense out after leading a touchdown drive on the first possession. Devereaux 2 of 4 through the air, 25 yards, and the score to Webb. Webb's on the right side of the offensive line down in a 3-point stance. Goralski was at running back. They set him out on a screen flare, and he catches it at the 50. Now out in the midst of the Anderson defense, slices through 2 defenders, and then gets the legs taken out at about the 41. So give him almost 6 on first down.
Good athletic play from Goralski. Nice blocking from the Scott tight ends and receivers. Well set up to hide Goralski in the backfield there.
Now, that's essentially a running play. It counts as a completion, but that's just straight thrown, not truly a screen action. That's just throw it out there behind the offense or behind the wide receivers to block. Frenchco in as a receiver on the right-hand side. Jackson slides into the backfield as an H-back. Devereaux hands it off to Benkert, who finds a hole up the middle. First down yardage, upended there. Can't find much else once he gets past the 40.
He got about 7, though, I think. That was a nice carry. Scott's right up to the line.
King wide to the left, French go to the right on first down. Bankert again, same general direction, down to the 30, give him 4 more.
Really nice push from the Scots front again.
Taken down by San Viola.
Yep, good work along the offensive line. Alex Dean at center.
And we have good news on the Alma College men's soccer front. The team beat Oberlin
You see
today.
Nicholas Przlowski down on the right side. You hear the announcement over the PA of a men's soccer win, 4-1 over Oberlin earlier today. Second down and 7 for Alma here with a 7-0 lead. Fake it to Bankert, rolling right. Devereaux throws underneath, caught down there by Duma. And he'll lean down to the 17, unless that's a doubled number.
It's going to be Corey Deere, the freshman
right.
out of Gaylord.
It's the first we've seen Corey, but the other number 11 gets in there. I wondered if they had decided to turn Connor Duma into an offensive threat, but that's Deere, and a nice catch for him to move the chains.
23-yard line.
Devereaux looks comfortable.
Very much so. Very much so. Kowalski in motion, loops behind the play. Handoff Tyler Walters up the middle, steps to his left. Doesn't find a lot of space. Give him the 21-yard line for a gain of 2. Make it 2nd and 8 for the Ogama Heights product.
That's Tyler Walters with the carry. Brought down
Had a
by
19-yard touchdown last week in the big win against Manchester.
Yeah, his only carry last week. Made the most of it.
I'm going to say, it's all you can do with it then.
It is. It's a perfect game, so to speak.
There you go. I like it. Scott's bunched the receivers in tight to the line of scrimmage this time on 2nd and 8. Really mixing up the formations here in the early going. Quick throw out to the right. Frenchco caught at the 15, down inside the 10. Hurdles over a tackler, but lands out of bounds. But has a first down, and it'll be 1st and goal for Alma.
The Scots have unleashed their passing attack here tonight. We haven't seen this so far.
No. And Anderson, a team that's allowing 286 yards through the air. And the Scots, I think, kind of licking their chops about that. And just as you said, trying to figure out what's available. They've also been able to pick up a lot of yardage on short passes.
Yeah, they're giving a lot of buffer.
Walters stands on the right of Devereaux in the shotgun, 1st and goal from the 8. Walters now in motion. Devereaux takes it off of the empty backfield, crosses the 5, down to the 3, still fighting, and stopped by a lack of forward progress at the 3.
Got a nice block up in the hole from Eli Jackson. Well-designed play again. Here comes Fossmore.
So they'll go with the bigger quarterback in Fossmore from the 3. Walters will stay in there. Webb, who caught the touchdown return. So here's the first we've seen Joey Fossmore, the junior quarterback. He'll operate from the gun on 2nd and 3. Alma already up 7-0. Fossmore claps, takes the snap, and they just want to run with him behind everybody.
Sure
and
do.
leaning towards the end zone. It's a touchdown for Joey Fossmore. 1 play, 1 score for him, and Alma leads it 13-0.
Very nice job to get the big quarterback in there. Just go behind 2 tight ends and a running back, and he knew exactly what to do with that.
And let's give an example as to how hard it is to tackle Joey Fossmore. He comes up for the little hip bump celebration where you leap kind of Tecmo Bowl style. Hip checks Tommy Johnstone to the ground.
Yeah, he's fired up down there.
So look out when Joey Fossmore's celebrating. You might not land on your feet.
Scott's a little late getting one of their players on here, but they'll be all right, I think.
Well, they are because the play clock was misset. The officials are trying to reset it, so Alma's going to have plenty of time. Hernandez for the extra point. A big leap from Anderson, but they can't get there. The PAT is good. 14-0 Scots, only 6:30 into the game. We'll be back right after this. Jason Couch and the Alma Scots couldn't dial it up too much better to start this game off. 14-0, 6.5 minutes in. Joey Fosmore, a touchdown on his first play at quarterback after Trent Devereaux led the team down into scoring position for the second time. Interesting, Alma's going to change it up and send out Hernandez to handle the kickoff instead of Kinsvatter, who handled the previous kick. So we shall see what we get there. A booming drive to Javante Malone, who gets away from him. He has to run all the way back to the 1 and pick it up. Stutter step at the 10, and the Scots are there, and they drive Malone out of bounds at about the 11.
That was
nothing doing.
Great play by Carson Merrihew down there. Just went right through one of the blockers.
So Anderson already staring down a 2-score deficit. He'll have to start at the 11. Harley went only 1 of 3 through the air for 5 yards. Just a little dump off to Tucker on the first drive. Had Ferraro downfield on the first play of the game, but airmailed him just a little bit. And Anderson will try the rushing attack, and spinning through the hole is Andre Moore. To get him out to about the 13. Only a couple based on the linesman's spot. Not as generous as I would have expected.
Good hit by Nelson, though.
Hardly the first time that's happened. And here's big news for the Scots. The number 0 jersey has arrived. Owen Soffordini,
right?
Yes. Odin Soffordini was going to make that change from 43 to 0, but the jersey wasn't here yet. But it must have made it in the mail at some point this week. 2nd down and 8. Play action and a throw out into the flat, incomplete.
Scots had 3, 4, 5 hands up. They're going to eventually get called for a rough after the play, though.
Yep. Soffordini, Pratt.
Yeah.
A couple others back in there.
Helmet came off of Harley. Get our call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, 91 of the defense. That's a 15-yard penalty.
Roberson.
Automatic first down.
Didn't see him back there, but he is ever present back there. So
he is, and he was the 3rd jersey back there. It took me a while to identify it, but 10 tackles and a couple of sacks already this season. So just as you say, he is frequently back there. But this will get Anderson some breathing room out to the 28.
Could be a situation where after the throw had been made, he mistook Harley for one of the linemen that he was still trying to block. I mean, that's how big he is back there.
261 pounds, 6'3". He is certainly built like somebody that could be a lineman. Scott's defensive coaches say he's very dangerous from the pocket. They want to get pressure if they possibly can. 14-0 Alma, first down for Anderson. Harley, quick throw into the slot and caught.
Ooh, it's a good throw.
34, grabbed out there by Talent. Pickup of about 6. I wasn't even sure which of the 2 receivers over there that was intended for, but Talent with a diving grab. Scott's trying to get their DBs realigned as Anderson goes up tempo on 2nd and 4. High snap, pulled down, given to Moore, trying to sweep outside, cuts inside Roberson, but there's 3 Scots waiting, Soffordini, Nelson, and a couple more.
It's a good job
goes nowhere.
By Roberson to force it back inside where all of his help was.
Ball marked at the 32, which was about a loss of 3.5 almost. 3rd down and 6, almost 7. Just past the halfway point of the first quarter here at Alma College. Scots with a 14-0 lead. Sun still casting shadows across bulky field. Harley from the pocket on 3rd and 7. Now flushed out by Roberson on the run. Throws, looking downfield. This is trouble, and it's going to be picked off by Drew Hum if he stayed inbounds, and I think he did.
Yeah, I think Harley's hurt, too. He took a shot right to the ribs as he threw it. Went up high.
Hum with his 2nd interception of the year. Harley walking off the field.
Left arm.
Yeah, maybe grabbing a wrist or something, but regardless, Alma picks it off, and the offense will return once again. Good pressure, puts Harley on the run, and Drew Hum was the only one in the general vicinity of that football, and he has his 2nd pick in 3 weeks.
Great field position for the Scots again, and it was getting pressure on the quarterback Harley that time that made the difference.
Interception number 9 on the year for the Alma Scots. See our first appearance of Chandler Holloway at wide receiver. He's in the right side slot as Alma continues to fluctuate the personnel. Devereaux back at quarterback. After Fosmore's one-play visit for a touchdown. Goralski in motion behind the play. Handoff Bankert, going to try to get outside left. Cuts it up the field to midfield and give him 3.
There's been 3 or 4 there each time the Scots have run it so far.
Holloway out, Webb in, so both tight ends will be in the play.
As you had mentioned, Anderson giving up over 500 yards per game so far.
And the Scots looking to capitalize on that. 2nd and 7. Alma hustled and now looks to the sideline for a play call. Devereaux chatting with center Alex Dean as we tick towards the 6-minute mark of the first quarter. 14-0 Alma. Handoff to the big guy Jackson, and look out, here we go. 45-35 and upended at about the 33. Good tackle in the secondary by Malone.
Watch how quick they're going to go here.
First down, and the Scots obviously have another play ready. And we'll see if they can catch Anderson off guard. Quick snap, handoff Jackson again, this time going outside to his right, 30. And they catch the ankles at about the 27-yard line, bring him down there.
The north and south Jackson was very fast. He got up the field in a hurry.
Viola makes the tackle for Anderson, but you're right. That just like a semi-truck, maybe not able to change direction real quickly, but once it's going, good luck making it stop.
Remember, he's a tight end on the roster, but he's gotten some carries so far.
I had 4 carries coming into tonight. Only 8 yards, but certainly has exceeded that just on this drive. Give him 4.5 on first down, 2nd and a long 5. Webb heads in motion to the left. From the pistol, handed off up the middle, and not much there for Bankert.
Yeah, ran right up the back of one of his linemen.
Driven backwards from the 25 to the 26. 3rd and still a full 5.
And this is 4-down territory for the Scots, though.
Remember, they converted one to Goralski on the first drive that you couldn't hear that through our field mic. A player lost a helmet from Anderson on that previous play. Has to sit this one out. Did not catch the number, unfortunately. 3rd and 5. Goralski and Webb on the right side of the formation, in tight to the line of scrimmage. But Devereaux looks left instead. Caught out in the flat by King. Got the first down and more. Taken down at about the 13-yard line.
That's a great throw. King just runs diagonally a little bit, and Devereaux puts it right into the basket on his hip as he's on the run. Just a timing route. That's a really good throw.
Scots are humming here, already up by 2 scores and looking for more. Ball at the 13, under 4 minutes to play in the first quarter. Goralski and King now on the right-hand side as the Scots will again keep it in tight in the middle of the field. Run to Bankert, going outside left at the 10. Stiff arm there, spins forward in the arms of Malone and leans to the 7. Another healthy pickup of about 6.
Yeah, that was a good run from Bankert.
Gain of about 7, so it'll be 2nd down.
Now Alma will switch things up a bit. Deere comes in. Walters will be the running back. And they'll also bring in Lauderman, another freshman wide receiver. He's from Marquette. He'll be split wide to the right, standing with his toes between the 9 and 8 yard lines. 2nd and 4 for Devereaux. Looks left, wants to throw the fade, gets it up high in the air, leaping and knocked away from Deere. Good defensive play out there, I believe, by Malone, as they tried to throw the fade up to Deere at 6'3".
That's a great play by Javante Malone.
Brings up 3rd and 4. Alma's going to stick with basically the same alignment. Lauderman to the right, Deere goes left. Walters, who had the touchdown last week, behind Trent Devereaux. 3rd down and 4 from the 7-yard line. Devereaux wants to keep it himself. Speed option, late pitch to Walters out left, and not much there. Driven out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage by Fiola.
Probably see the field goal team here.
I would think so. Still 3 yards to go. Here comes multiple faces that look like a change. I still don't see the kicker yet. Ah, there he is. There comes Joshua.
Brings up 4th down.
Devereaux, of course, stays on as he's the holder. He'll put his knee down at the 13-yard line. set Hernandez up for a 23-yard try. Made his only field goal attempt of the year, 5 of 7 on PATs. Had a field goal attempt that never got off, so it doesn't get charged against him because they weren't able to get the ball down last week at Manchester. Devereaux signals for it. This one's down, driven hard through the uprights in. Good. Right down Main Street. 17-0 Scots, 2:27 still to go in the first quarter. We'll be back. Scots send the kickoff unit back out with Hernandez once again. 17-0 off of Hernandez's 23-yard field goal, and it's been all Alma through this first quarter. Hernandez boots it again up the left side, right side of the return unit. And here comes Tucker, trying to find a little room across the 25. Pyle continuing to move for another yard or so.
I wasn't quite sure where Tucker ended up. He's a slippery little guy back there, but he was back about 3 or 4 yards from where I thought he was.
Yeah, there was some blocking up near the 30, but there was no football there.
Yeah.
So now we'll double check the quarterback situation for Anderson, as it appeared to us that Tyson Harley, 2 of 5 so far tonight with an interception, got a little banged up on that interception play. And indeed, here's a change. It's Dean Foundos, who is listed as a tight end on the roster, but he's 4 of 4 passing on the year. He's a previous defensive player, previous punter, and now he's going to run the offense. Hands off on first down to Moore. Breaks out a 1 tackle, but Odin Soffordini says enough of that. Pickup of 2 to about the 28. Tell you about Foundos, a 6'2", 200-pound junior out of Highland, Indiana. As I said, previously played defense, punted, and kicked off. Now he's a tight end, and he's thrown 4 passes.
Yeah, he does it all.
So he comes in with Harley appearing to have some sort of an arm injury after the interception. And welcome to the game, trailing 17-0. Tucker goes in motion on 2nd and 8. Tapped by Foundos off a play fake, bounces off one Scots tackler, still trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. He does that. A flag flies off the sidelines as Foundos gets thrown out of bounds after about a 2-yard pickup. But
certainly in the area of a hold. We'll have to wait and see.
Now, I would agree that when that flag flies, you don't feel good as Anderson. Came off the sideline right as the play was coming that direction.
Some discussion between 3 of our officials.
Holding. Offense, number 3. That's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of foul. Main 2nd down.
So it's a hold on Tucker, the wide receiver, out on the perimeter, which is what you would expect based on where that flag came. Oh, and the ref has his mic open as he explains the call to Tucker. Don't always get that extra insight. 2nd and 16. Clock running, 1:35. Dean Foundos at quarterback for Anderson. Quick sling out to the right and incomplete off the fingertips of Moore, and he felt Connor Duma.
Well, he was going to take a punishment from Connor Duma. Connor cut him a break when he saw the ball was incomplete.
Yeah. That's what you would call a good life choice, to let that ball go. He's kind of out on an island out there. Makes it 3rd and 16 for the backup quarterback. New running back in. That's Caden Robinson, a freshman out of Mooresville, Indiana. 33 rushing yards, 60 receiving yards on the season. High snap. Foundos pulls it down, but he falls down as he makes the catch. That ends the play. The whistle came a little bit late, but it's a loss back to the 12. Good job by Foundos to get his hands on that, prevent a fumble that would have been rolling towards the end zone. And you are right.
That's why he fell. He fell awkwardly on his right ankle. Well, that's the last thing Anderson wants to see.
Yeah. So they list Johnny Parker as the third-string quarterback, but Parker was actually not on the online roster. So I'm not sure whether that's just an online omission or if he's a recent addition to the team. We'll see if he is next in line if Foundos is unable to go. He's trying to walk it off over on the sideline, but hobbling. In the meantime, Oliver to punt. Gets a high, short punt out of the end zone. Goralski says, get out of the way, as it lands at the Anderson 40 and bounces backwards down at about the 39.
Boy, field position's been phenomenal for the Scots. Their worst field position so far has been their own 47 off the Hum interception.
Yeah, this field feels very much like a ramp for this
sure
first
does.
quarter.
Scots have scored on all 3 possessions so far, 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Long first quarter, just like you anticipated.
We thought it might be. About 34 minutes of actual time already and still 1:06 on the clock. As Devereaux, the sophomore out of Chesaning, brings the offense back out. Goralski and French go wide to the right. Devereaux with a play fake, sits in the pocket, high over the middle, tipped up and incomplete. I tell you, Malone is having a terrific game in the secondary. Alma was looking for Goralski there at about the 10. Malone stepped in front of the pass at about the 14 with a hand on it and knocked it away.
Alma tried to air it out a little bit there.
Here comes Noah Jansen in at receiver for the first time. Last week it was ball carriers for the Scots, where everybody got to play 13 different players with carries. Tonight it's wide receivers. As everybody getting a shot at the action here in this first quarter. Still a minute to go. Devereaux to Bankard on second down, hit in the backfield and thrown backwards. Nothing doing there. Not a lot of room. Brandon Goodman makes that stop, his 4th tackle of the season. 6'2" junior. And the Scots going to have to tangle with 3rd and long.
Goodman looked very, very strong right there.
Goodman, the left side defensive end in what's currently a 4-2 alignment. 5 defensive backs for Anderson on 3rd down and 12. Clock running under 30 seconds to go now in the first quarter. Rolling right, Devereaux with some pressure chasing. Trent on the run, now runs out of room, just throws it away late. Good decision there. Took a little bit of a hit from Austin Weiland. But 4th down, and this will be the first appearance of the Scots punting unit.
Yeah, I think he expected Benkert's block to go to the outside, and it came to the inside. I think he was going to cut it up and keep it and run himself, but the block ended up not being where he thought it was going to go. I think they just kind of misread each other out there on the perimeter.
Ferraro deep to return the Kinsvatter punt. Caleb on the season, 14 punts, a 38-yard average. He's killed 4 of them inside the 20-yard line, and he'll certainly be trying to do that here, punting from the Anderson 40. Line of scrimmage is the Anderson 40. Punt comes from just shy of midfield. He pooches it very short towards the sideline, lands at the 18, and it bounces backwards. So the old Bellata ball ruins his chance to kill it inside the 20. And Anderson will start at about the 23, and we'll have to survey the quarterback situation.
That had some serious backspin on it.
Foundos is in the huddle.
Foundos is in there, yeah.
And it could be a situation where he just rolled an ankle or something, where just managing to walk it off helps. So it looks like he will remain a quarterback, but a little
looks like
he's
a tough young fella.
Yeah.
Is what that appears to be.
Would have to agree with your assessment there, Dr. Somerville. Foundos alone in the shotgun, 4 wides and an H-back. Now with the last second, running back moves back in there with him, and they give it to Robinson, but he doesn't find much for space. That'll end the first quarter. It'll be 2nd and 11, trailing 17-0 for Anderson. We return back to Alma College right after this.
our men's golf team.
Back here at Alma College, we're going to flip on the field, Mike, and handle the Hall of Fame.
Chuck Steveners, number 1980 football and baseball. Scott McCarry, the class of 84, football and baseball. Josh Peters, the class of 04, football. Lynn Harvey, class of 88, swimming. Charles Morrison, class of 57, is the Athletics Distinguished Alumnus. We're also excited to announce the 2022 Hall of Fame inductees. The 2000 softball team, the 1985 women's track team, Becky Pierce-Behar of the class of 2000 for softball, Brandy Brower-West, class of 2000, also for softball, Chris Miller, class of 84, wrestling, Bob Moore, class of 52, football, basketball, track and field, Julius Chapman, football, Mike Sherman, football, athletics distinguished alumnus. Please give a round of applause for our inductees. We thank you all for your...
All of those inductees standing out at the 5-yard line for recognition between quarters here at Alma College. And a great first quarter it was for the Scots. 17-0 they lead, scored touchdowns on their first 2 possessions, and added a Josh Hernandez 23-yard field goal on the 3rd possession. So far, so good for Alma.
Oh, it was quite a successful quarter. There's not any question about that. And they just need to keep their foot on the gas here. In the second quarter, they've got Anderson down to their second quarterback, who also serves as a tight end, and they've got him nicked up as well. Anderson really going to a primarily a rushing attack right now, and the Scots have been able to tee off on that thus far. Need to continue to get that good field position. Defense is flying around. They've created 1 turnover so far. Let's see if they can get another one on this possession here.
Yeah, remember that running the ball is not really what Anderson wants to do, averaging just 14.5 yards per game through 2 weeks. Last year, Tyson Harley averaged 374 through the air per game, so this is not really the situation that they want to be in with Coach Steve Rock. Foundo's play-action fake. Now shoulder faking and a ball tipped as he throws it, incomplete.
Scots need to cover it. There's no whistle.
No whistle yet. This could be a fumble. We'll see whether the arm was moving forward. Alma does scoop it up. And let's wait and see here whether Lance Rademacher has a fumble recovery.
They're going to say yes initially here.
That ball went about 8 yards forward.
Looked to me like his arm was in motion forward. We'll have to wait and see. They usually err on the side of not. There it is, yep. Incomplete pass. It'll be second down. Defense needs to get back out there.
Yep. Good work by Rademacher from P-Dub, just in case.
Nice job to not blow the whistle, though, so that they can get together and decide what the call should be.
We'll make it 3rd and 11. Foundos, after coming in at 4 of 4 passing, unable to find a completion here in the early going of substitute duty after the injury to Tyson Harley. Anderson averaging 24 points per game through the first 2 weeks, but allowing 48 a game. Alma had been averaging in the mid-30s. They got 17 so far. 3rd down and 11 with Tucker in motion. Foundos from the pocket with a little bit of time this time. High over the middle, in trouble and picked off. Another interception, and it's Brady Duma
yes,
again.
Is.
At the 45, the 40, down to the 36-yard line. Duma yet another pick after the pick 6 last week. That's his 4th interception of the year, and the Scots 10th as a team.
Well, just what we talked about coming back from the break to start the second quarter here. Let's see if the Scots can create yet another turnover on this possession with the backup quarterback in the game. They do just that almost on 2 occasions. Duma with another pick, and the Scots in business once again. This defense is really incredible.
Yeah, the work that Coach Ettinger and Coach Cole have done over the past couple seasons to develop the talent, definitely paying off in spades now. Frenchco, Goralski, and Johnstone, the wide receivers for the Scots, along with Webb, the tight end, who will be in a standing position on first down from the Anderson 36. Scots now move downwind in the second quarter, right to left. Devereaux steps up, pressure comes and sacked. Good defensive play there by
15 on the end of it, too, against the Scots. They're going to get a little bit of a late hit. Going to be called on Henderson.
Coney had the sack for Anderson.
Play, dead ball, personal foul, offense number 57. That's a 15-yard penalty. Good down.
Puts the Scots behind the sticks here now.
So the first little bit of offensive adversity that Alma has faced, we'll see what they come up with.
Anderson on that first down play only put just barely 6 guys in the box. The linebackers had actually sagged about 5 yards back off the line of scrimmage as well, daring the Scots to run. Now, of course, in a 2nd and 25 situation, Alma almost has to look at a pass. You might look at a jailbreak screen type of thing.
It's actually more than 25
Yes,
because there's a 3-yard loss on the play plus the 15-yard penalty. So 2nd and approximately forever. 28, the official number, which seems about right to me.
It's the worst field position the Scots have been in all night so far.
Yeah, you're right. 3 wide, all to the right. Devereaux, quick throw into the slot, caught Goralski at the 45 of Anderson, brought down quickly, maybe an extra yard to the 44. That'll make it 3rd and about 18.
Got 10 of it back. Still 3rd and long. Scots have the wind with them here, which can help or hurt on a deep pass.
Sure.
When you're trying to get 18 yards upfield.
17-0 Alma, 13:46 left first half. Anderson making the trip up from down in the Indianapolis area. Trent Devereaux with the play call. Already a passing touchdown under his belt tonight to go with the 3 from last week. 3rd down and 18. Devereaux going to keep it himself and runs right into the back of his own blocker, and that will thwart this play.
Yeah, that
brought down by Tristan Chambers for a loss.
Designed QB draw, but yeah, he ran right up the back of his blocker.
Yeah, the idea there on 3rd and 18 was to try to take a decent bite out of it, maybe get into a zone where you could go for it on 4th down, but the collision with the back of Zach Post slowed everything down, and that was the end of that idea.
See if Kinsvater can get this one down inside the 20. Should be able to. He's going to have to pooch it again, though, downwind.
Ferraro stands at his 7. Probably doesn't want to field the ball quite that deep. Many times you'll see receivers line up on the 10, and that's actually what he does as the ball is snapped. A high, wobbly punt, fair catch signal, but it lands at the 17. And Alma's going to let this one go. Holloway stays out of the way, and he gets about a 4-yard favorable bounce. Excellent work by Kinsvater there, and Anderson will start around their 12.
Another one inside the 20 for Kinsvater.
5th time this season that he's done that. Take a look at the total yardage stats so far, as that will very much tell you the tale. 123-5.
Ooh.
Alma has marched it up and down a couple times, though the last couple possessions have stalled out a little bit.
Have.
Anderson has gotten a few things figured out defensively, but they've got to solve the unfortunate quarterback situation after the Harley injury. Foundos remains in there. We'll go back to Moore as the running back. He's alternated carries with Caden Robinson. 1st down from the 12. Foundos drops to throw. Short toss knocked away. Incomplete for Logan Beard, the sophomore out of Indianapolis.
Gage Nelson right there. Beard took a shot down on the lower legs. He's a little slow to get up, his Logan Beard.
Tell whether Beard is working on his shoe a little bit as much as anything.
I think he was trying to give himself a few extra seconds is what he was doing more than anything. He's going to stay in the game.
Could be. He's stomping his foot, though, like his shoe came off. I don't know. 2nd down and 10. Foundos stands at the 7, drops to the 6. A little bit of happy feet, now rolls to the right under heavy pressure. A couple Scots giving chase. Throws late, complete. Nice throw out there to Talent
Great
at the
throw.
18. Short of a 1st down, but made something out of nothing with a number of Scots led by Jalen Dunwoody chasing him around the backfield.
1st down could go a long ways right here for Anderson.
Anderson with only 1 1st down so far, and that came via a Scots penalty.
Now you're right about the shoe. He's got it off over there now. He just put it in his hand and went to the sidelines.
There you go. Anderson brings big Keegan Collins in as an H-back, actually listed as a defensive lineman. 3rd down and 4. Soffredini fakes a blitz, backs off, and an off-the-mark pass looking for Talent to the right, sails out of bounds, and that'll make it 4th and 4, and it'll be punt time for Caleb Oliver again.
See, that's that same route that we talked about with Devereaux just a little bit earlier, how he threw that perfect right into the basket.
For King, right.
Yep, for King on just a little flood out to the sideline trying to get a 1st down. That one well behind the receiver from Anderson.
Oliver now is going to have to line up at his own 2 to punt it into the breeze to Goralski. Rec center shadow runs from the goal line to about the 40. Punt wobbles right through that shadow. Goralski fields it at the 48. Stutter step back forth to the right, now into the sea of tacklers at the 45.
Yeah, Nate's got 5, and he's got none of his own fellas down there.
Yeah, I'm not sure where
Scots came after the punt. A lot of whistles blowing, but I don't see any flags down yet. At least still whistles blowing.
Yeah. I think the train was about to leave the station.
Which tells me there's got to be a flag somewhere.
Well, if there is, I don't see it either. So
they're conferencing now as well. And Scott's being told to hold off coming on the field. Here it is over at the 30-yard line.
Okay.
So it's going to be on a gunner.
Well, we will know in just a moment.
Or the Scots version.
Return, holding, return
on the Scots.
Number 19. That's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
That'll back Alma up onto their own side of midfield. Still leading 17-0 though, with 11:32 to play in the first half.
Took me quite a long time to find the flag on the play, but I got her eventually.
You beat me.
The sun is not helping at all.
There's a little bit of a Where's Waldo aspect to it at the moment. You are right.
So do we place down at the Scots 46-yard line here. Worst starting position for Alma.
True. Benkert, the lone running back, behind Trent Devereaux in the pistol. Alma with a 17-point lead in the second quarter. 4 down linemen for Anderson. And they'll chase after Benkert, who heads off right tackle and finds a lot of space. First down yardage upended in the secondary, but all the way to the Anderson 42-yard line.
Boy, what a nice job getting out front that time.
Credit Aiden Roach with the stop.
It was Dean, the center, that got out with him.
You know, Coach Couch has described Dean as a little bit of a chip-on-your-shoulder guy that didn't get as much respect coming out of high school as he deserved.
Well, he was 10 yards upfield that time.
He's turned it into a really successful career as the Scots center. First down, Alma at the Anderson 42. Devereaux spins and gives it to Benkert, who heads to his right into a arm tackle at the 41. Only a pickup of about a yard there.
Not a lot. Looking over there at the Anderson sideline, Foundo still trying to kind of walk that ankle off.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see what he does at halftime because 20 minutes of sitting around.
He's actually limping pretty good over there. I've only seen Harley once since he went off, and I didn't get a good look at him because of the sun.
Okay. 2nd and 9 for Alma from the Anderson 41. Devereaux looks left, throws out into the flat. Caught out there by Jansen, and he gets away from a tackle down to the 20 and then gets the legs stripped out from under him by Roach, but a nice pickup by Noah Jansen out of Madawan.
That's a big boy play by Jansen right there. Just put the arm out and said, I'm going to go about 10 yards further than what you want, sir.
3rd catch of the season for Jansen, a second-team All-Stater in high school. His dad played soccer for Cornerstone.
We saw Jansen when he caught the wide receiver pass. There's a flag that's going to
Yep, this might be coming
negate
back.
this. It's going to negate it by a lot.
That's a 15-yard penalty previous.
Chop block called against the Scots. Combination of Walters along with, looks like Drew Riches, based on the number that was called out.
I didn't see Riches out there on the field.
I was going to say, they announced 73, and there is no 73 out. Well, oh, yes, there is. Over on the far side. He's at right tackle.
All right, he is guilty. I can't say that. I didn't see the flag. I didn't see the play.
We tried to help him out.
It was away from where the pass went, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's true. So instead of a first down at the 20, the Scots back up to 2nd and forever at their own 44. Scots averaging just over 50 penalty yards a game, but a couple of big ones here in this second quarter. A swing pass to Goralski, who was trailing the play at the start. Back to the line of scrimmage, back to midfield, steps through a tackle there. Now at the 45, down all the way to the 41. So back to set up 3rd and about 9.
Interested to see how that's scored because I think that was a backwards pass.
Probably a pretty good chance of that will go as a rushing attempt for Goralski, who had 5 carries coming into today.
41-yard line.
Had a couple of catches and a touchdown last week, and had the catch on the 4th down conversion on the Scots opening possession today as they initially took the lead. That lead now is 17-0.
Still 3rd and long for the Scots, even after the big gain, though.
They need the 32-yard line. Devereaux from the pocket stands in, throws it out to the right. Goralski again caught at the 35. He could see that marker, and he dances right past it for a first down.
That's just another perfect throw from Devereaux to the outside.
You know, many times you'll hear the adage about receivers needing to run their routes past the sticks, but that's the second time tonight Alma's thrown underneath to Goralski, short of the marker, but he's had such a cushion, he's been able to pick it up pretty easily. Scots go quickly. Hand off Bankert, trying to get outside on the left. Turns the corner, 25. Legs go out on a diving stop underneath there, but another nice pickup for Alma. Credit Sean McSmith on the tackle, a sophomore out of Griffith, Indiana.
Pretty good tackle by McSmith. He just kind of laid his body out.
Just put a giant hurdle out there that Bankert couldn't get over. An 8-yard pickup, and the Scots continue to go up tempo. Play action,
wide open.
Devereaux high over the middle, caught by Jansen at the 2, and he's in for a touchdown.
Okay, Jansen wasn't the one wide open, but he was open enough for a touchdown.
That's right. Jackson was the one you were looking at. That's
Jackson
where
was all by himself.
That's where I thought the ball was going too, but it's Jansen with the touchdown, and Alma leads it 23-0.
Well, good throw nonetheless.
Oh, zipped in there nicely by Devereaux. Alma continues to extend their edge in total yards.
Devereaux looks really good.
Hernandez for the PAT.
Ooh,
that is up.
Jeez.
That's got a lot of mustard on it. That's a good field goal from 45.
He put his arms up after that one. He liked that one.
I betcha. Oh, Scott's liking everything they're seeing tonight. 24-0 is the lead. 8:26 to play in the second quarter. Back after this. Quick break, and we're right back here at Alma College, and boy, what a first half it has been for the Alma Scots. They now lead Anderson 24-0, 192 total yards already. Trent Devereaux with his second touchdown pass of the night. This one goes to Noah Jansen for 23 yards overall on the night. Devereaux 10 of 15, 123 yards, and the 2 scores.
Yep, 6 different receivers already for Devereaux, and he looks very comfortable back there. This is kind of just what we talked about in the pregame, is the Scots trying to establish a clear-cut number one. Devereaux's doing everything in his power to try and do that. Now, that said, the way the score is, Fosmore's probably going to get a shot in the second half.
Well, and Joey might point out that the Scots have scored touchdowns on 100% of the offensive plays he's run. If you weren't with us earlier, Fosmore came in at the 3-yard line on the Scots' second drive and ran it in for a score. Hernandez, a line drive boot, fielded inside the 5 by Robinson. He's going to go cross field all the way to the left side for Anderson and be brought down short of the 20. Must have been a called return to the left based on the way that Robinson took that.
It took a while to develop.
Yeah, just took too long to get over there, I think. So Anderson still stumbling along with only 11 offensive yards. We'll try to get something going here against this vaunted Scots defense that has picked off 2 more passes tonight to make their season total 10.
Scots seem pretty confident defensively here.
Well, and
frankly, offensively too.
Sure. But the way things have gone have only boosted Alma's confidence really on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, certainly nothing's gone right for the Ravens so far. They have cool helmets, though.
Dean Foundos, the junior tight end, turned quarterback, runs the option to the right to start this possession, fakes the pitch, keeps it himself, and leans forward for a yard, but nothing more.
You're being generous with that yard. Scots had the quarterback covered. They had the pitch man covered. Nothing Foundos could do there.
It's a small yard. Small, local neighborhood. Not a lot of yard. You can mow it with a push mower.
Yeah. Where it's marked, I think he actually lost maybe a couple inches.
It's possible. You're right. Trips to the left on 2nd and 10. Foundos along with Robinson. Straightaway drop pressure comes. They got a screen set up, but a flag in the middle. Caught by Moore. He cuts outside to the right, crosses the 30, and stumbles out of bounds. But
definitely going to see a holding here, I think. It's going to be on number 54, Hicks, I believe. If I can see his name that far.
Very good. Pass your optometry exam. Troy Hicks.
Well, we just heard from the folks, well, that was Alma Optics, just the last.
Offense, number 56. That's a 10-yard penalty.
Well, the only problem is that you got the wrong
it's
number.
Not on him.
Alex Pera, the one called.
Hicks was the only guy back there. Everybody else went down to block.
So one of Anderson's best plays goes for naught due to the handkerchief. And now they'll be looking at second and about 19.
Be half the distance. And the Scots might tee off here. And
yeah, this is a dangerous time to throw against Elma's secondary. That's for sure.
Duma back there.
4 wide talent on the right.
Holmes back there.
Both those guys have interceptions already tonight. Foundos calls for the snap. Quick little in cut to Talent. Caught at the 17 and met by 3 Scots and about 6 on top of the pile by the time everything ends.
You want to talk about quick to the ball. Scott sagged off a little bit there because it was third or second and a mile. That gain only makes it 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12 even. And they had 3, 4, 5 players there immediately.
Flowers, Caleb Brown, the first ones of many. And now 3rd down and a full 11. Anderson sets it up as they get back to the original line of scrimmage for this possession. Straight drop from Foundos. A lot of room in front of him, but he's going to take the pass attempt instead. And it's knocked away from Talent along the sideline by Brown. And it'll be punt time once again. Do you think Foundos had the space to run for a first down there? Would have been tight. Would have been tight. I mean, he would have had an easy 5 or 6 yard gain, but 5 or 6 doesn't do it.
On a bum ankle, I don't think so.
That's a good point.
He's really struggling even coming off here.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
So the Scots once again should get very good field position. Oliver from his 2 again. See if they come after him. They do.
Men in the rush. Not a lot of pressure getting through. Pretty good punt hanging up in the wind. Fair catch. Goralski dropped it, but then scoops it immediately. Alma ball at their own 48-yard line. Good job by Nate to quickly pop that one right back into his hands when it initially got away.
Caleb Oliver's done a pretty nice job punting out of the shadow of his own goalpost so far.
Yeah, that's his 4th punt.
Scots have had a couple of empty possessions offensively. Nothing too bad. Actually, only 1 that they've had to punt. 2 punts.
Yep.
But have been very good coming off the touchdown on their previous drive.
17 points in the first 3 possessions, now 24-0. As you can hear the sounds of the band warming up behind us. If you're watching on the video stream, you'll be able to watch the band, and we'll have as much of their audio on the radio as we can get depending on the timing of our break. Johnstone in motion, fake to him, kept by Devereaux on first down, runs right into an arm tackle at midfield though. Not much doing there. That's exactly right. Caden McLean out of Pendleton, Indiana. Freshman linebacker makes the stop after a 2-yard pickup.
Sun's starting to go down. I can read these jerseys now.
Got a little while longer because the sun is artfully dodging to the right of the rec center.
Yes, it is.
But a substantial portion of the field is in shadows now. 2nd down and 8. Benkert stands behind Devereaux in the pistol. Trent now rolls to his right with a lot of space in front. Throws and a zipped pass complete out there to Frenchco at the 38 for a first down.
Yeah, that one was the fastball. Devereaux hasn't had to show that one yet tonight.
Nice completion there. And Alma moves the sticks. 5:38 to play in the second quarter. Plenty of time for Alma, both teams with all their timeouts left. Trio of receivers come to the left. And now Devereaux rolls that way, just tries to push a pass in the general direction of Cole Thomas as the pressure came that time.
It was there in a hurry.
Not much opportunity thanks to Brandon Goodman coming through. 2nd and 10, Walters in at running back now for Alma. Cole Thomas still looking for his first catch of the year. That is surprising.
That's amazing.
To me. It will come soon enough.
Oh, yeah.
Second down for Alma with the 24-point lead here in the second quarter. Devereaux hands it off to Walters. Sidestep on the cutback, now inside the 35, down to the 32. Nicely done there. McLean on another tackle. But a pickup of about 7. And Alma now with a much more manageable third down.
You're absolutely right.
Thomas will come back in, as will Frenchco. And Devereaux doesn't like what he sees, points something out, and then hollers to the sidelines. And Alma going to need a timeout here. They still have 10 on the play clock. And whatever Devereaux didn't like seems to have been addressed. And they'll get the play off with 1. Nobody there to hand it off to on the confusion. Devereaux keeps it himself, and he gets the first down anyway to the 27.
Great play by Devereaux on third down off the miscommunication. I think Trent thought he had identified a linebacker and wanted to move the play to the other way. And the signal just never got back to Walters. But as soon as he saw Walters wasn't there, he knew right where he wanted Walters to go. And Devereaux was right. That's where the opening was.
Another first down at the 28-yard line. Demarion Walker made the stop for the Ravens, but it's 24-0 Alma here so far. Alma loads up the backfield with a little extra lumber, kept by Devereaux, thrown out into the flat to Webb, who was the fullback, and he falls down making the catch at the 24, but it's another 4 for Alma.
That one was a little low from Devereaux.
Webb's second catch, his first was a 12-yard touchdown. Jansen, who caught the previous touchdown, he's wide to the right on 2nd and 7. Thomas sneaks in at an H-back spot on the right side of the Scots offensive line. Walters is the tailback. Given off to Walters. Big hole off the right side at the 20. Going to try to turn it up at the 15. 10, 5. Tyler Walters leaps for the pylon, and he's got an Alma Scots touchdown.
25 yards for Walters, and that's 2 weeks in a row with a big touchdown run. Well blocked between tackle and guard off the right side, and then he used good speed to the end zone.
Alma now up 30-0 with 3:14 left in the half. A late whistle. What we have going on here? Double check everything. The pylon is still dislodged, but I don't think that's the slowdown.
The runner was ruled out of bounds at the 2.
Oh my.
Oh, they've come back and negated the touchdown and ruled Walters out of bounds at the 2, basically deciding that his right foot, as he took off diving towards the pylon.
I don't think so, friends. I don't think so.
Well, those folks on the stream, get the pause button out and see what you can see. It's way over on the far side from where our camera is, right next to us. But first and goal from the 2.
Well, there are some large men coming into the game for Anderson to try to clog up that middle. Numbers 91 and 96.
Yep, Jaden
That's
Allen
336 and 332 down there. Scots are going to burn a timeout here.
And I wonder if the idea here is to get Walters a little gas back and let him get the next carry,
Maybe
get one
so.
more chance to at least get the touchdown that he just had stripped off the board. 2:48 left in the first half, 24-0 Alma. Just a dominant first half here against Anderson and what has been a very strong day for the MIAA
yes,
in the
it has
football
been.
ranks. Only a 1-point loss from Kalamazoo against Bluffton, really. Other than that, everybody getting the job done. Adrian now a win at home against Greenville. That's Adrian's homecoming today. And then as we said, everybody else other than Kalamazoo with a win. The thriller for Trine at home against Mount St. Joseph. 31-30 the final there. Benkert will be the running back. Fosmore comes in at quarterback. He ran for a touchdown from 3 yards out on the Scots' second possession of the game. Might get another chance to do so here. He's going to try to take it against this big front. Uses the outside edge and it's a touchdown for Joey Fosmore. The middle road was clogged, but the right side was open, and Fosmore's in there.
It's a great read by Joey Fosmore. 2-yard touchdown run, his second of the night.
And now it is 30-0 Scots.
It's a really good read by Fosmore, though.
Oh, and as you said,
he needs a holder. Devereaux.
This is pretty funny. The Scots have the entire extra point team out and no one to hold the football.
Where is Trent Devereaux? Oh, he's over here on the sidelines.
Here comes Goralski running
Goralski's the backup holder. He's only got 8 seconds.
This is not going to happen.
Look at him go. Throws a glove off. 2
3,
seconds.
2.
1. Nope. Didn't get it.
Did not quite get it off. Well, now Devereaux can come in and hold.
Well, Devereaux's getting medical attention is his problem.
They're working
He's
on
getting a finger wrapped up on his non-throwing hand, so don't fret too badly, but
well, that explains the confusion why Goralski would not have expected that he needed to be out there.
just getting bandaged or sutured a little bit on the index finger on the right hand.
It was a valiant effort by Goralski
really
to get up there. They almost got to try it. It'll be a 15-yard PAT try now for Hernandez. High snap, Goralski pulls it down. Of course, the kick has plenty of leg on it, and it's dead straight as well. Hernandez unfazed, 31-0, 2:43 to play in the second quarter. Back in a moment. (31-0) Alma. A dominant performance so far against Anderson. Hernandez on to kick off again. McSmith back deep to return. Side by side with Caden Robinson. Hernandez end over end kick right up the middle of the field, fielded by Anderson from the 2. Or Robinson, pardon me, from the 2. Out to the 21 and brought down there by a trio of Scots tacklers. Anderson again will try to get this offense moving. Just not up to the standards that they've been used to in the past. A little bit of struggles through the first 2 weeks, and then they lose their starting quarterback early.
Yeah, look at the team comparison. 19 plays for 18 yards for Anderson, 42 plays, 244 first half yards for the Scots.
That pretty well tells your story. Almost going to bring in Will Hampton at a defensive back. He'll be on the right side of the Scots alignment. Connor Duma, the corner on the other side. Only 5 in the box for Alma. Basically daring Anderson to run with it. It's a trick play, a double reverse, running it over to the right side. Tucker and Sofordini there waiting at the 26 to make the stop, along with Roberson and a couple of other Scots. So a nice pickup for Anderson, but all of the razzle-dazzle still only picks up a little less than 5.
2:18 clock running on the first half. Anderson's going to have to turn that tempo up a little bit. They need a score, obviously, here. They will get the ball to start the second half.
And they have 3 timeouts. If they can make a little progress, they can try to manage the clock. Foundos has to tip the pass to himself. They'd get away from Roberson, throws it out to the right, incomplete, looking for talent. And if you think there's not much time in the backfield for Anderson, imagine how little time there is after you have to tip a snap.
Yeah.
Makes it 3rd and 5. Does stop the clock with 2:02 to play. On the other hand, if the Scots get a stop here, plenty of time for them to run another offensive possession if they want.
Right.
Over the middle, caught by Tucker and brought down quickly. He's going to be very close. I think he's got the first down.
Her, yep.
Gage Nelson made the tackle.
Nelson on the stop. Andre Moore slides to the left side of Foundos at quarterback. They fake it to him, throw a quick screen out in the flat. Down yardage, driven out of bounds by Hampton at about the 47. And Anderson has basically doubled its offensive yardage for the half just in the first couple of plays of this possession. Clock stopped with 1:34. Alma dancing around trying to get everybody back on the right side of the line of scrimmage, and a one-hop pass looking for Ferraro. It'll cost Anderson a down, but give him a chance to set everything back up a little more calmly. Hunter Sanderson comes in for Alma along with Aaron Yachik. Second and 10 with 1:29 to play in the half. Foundos against a four-man rush. They set up the screen, caught there by Moore. Ankle tackle made by Soffordini, and a very short gain, and now a timeout called by Alma?
Yeah, I think they want to...
They think they're going to get it back on this third down, don't they?
They sure do.
So Alma with the aggressive timeout call on 3rd and 9 preserves a minute and 21.
Well, it's important to run your 2-minute offense, you know. It's not going to be 2 minutes. It's going to be more like a minute, but if they can get a stop here, I think that's of utmost importance.
Shows a lot of confidence in your defense, which I think you'll like to see. Oh, and especially after with the big 0 there on the other side of the scoreboard. Understandable.
Yeah, I mean, this is by far the furthest Anderson has moved the ball.
Right.
And they're still in their own territory at the 46-yard line.
That is true.
Of course, their quarterback, Tyson Harley, going out early in this game, took a big hit to the left side. He's down there standing up on the sidelines.
Harley finished the night 2 of 5 for 11 yards and an interception. Foundos in relief 5 of 13. Out to the right, and Beard in the front of the triangle. 3rd down and 9. Foundos again, the 2-step drop, throws it over the middle, tipped and knocked down by Sanderson. And the Scots get just what they wanted, a clock stoppage and a 4th down. Chance to get it back, moving downwind. Minute and 17 left at the moment. So
Anderson's going to go for it, Toph.
That's what they show. Remember, Foundos is a former punter, though.
He can kick.
So we'll see.
Wind is gusting right now, though. He would be into it.
They will indeed show go time, though. And Foundos is going to do just that, rolling to his right under a lot of pressure, throws and incomplete. The Scots got the heat, and it's a turnover on downs, and now Alma's offense comes out with great field position.
I mean, even if that was caught, that was not going to be anywhere near the first down marker.
And I suppose I understand the thinking from Anderson that if you're trying to win the game, you need points at the end of the half, right? You're down 31.
You do, but you need to throw the ball vertically up the field if you're going to get a first down there, too. So,
well, you probably didn't anticipate 4 maroon jerseys in the backfield quickly.
It's a fair point.
That may honestly have been a little bit of a consequence of the Scots being caught off guard, that they didn't have a chance to call a deeper protection, a more conservative defense. They just sent all 4 of them in there, and it worked.
This would be a perfect spot for that wide receiver pass that the Scots like to run. Krim is not out there, so don't expect it.
Run for a 42-yard completion against Bluffton in week 1. Instead, Devereaux at quarterback after getting his hand taped up, throws, completes to Frenchco. Down to the 33 of Anderson for a first down.
They'll go no huddle.
Trey Staley amongst a couple of tacklers from Anderson. And Alma's ready to go. Clock briefly stopped, now rolling with 1:01 to play. Devereaux drops, throws out to the right. This is Jansen along the sideline. He should be able to get out of bounds, and he does at about the 20.
Oh, they just flat out cover Nate.
Touchdown. And going into the halftime locker.
And if you direct your attention to the 50-yard line, you can see a performance from our featured twirler, Jordan Freeland.
Top of that hole. It's 30 degrees warmer in there than it is up here. It is hot.
Imagine having a mask on too.
Yeah.
All right, are you ready to play?
Oh God, I got to play more trivia. Yeah, I'm ready.
Dial up. All right, so Disney has 6 so-called castle parks. What classic Disney ride? Opening day attraction at Disneyland in 1965 is the only one that exists in all 6 of those parks.
Three possibilities. I'm going to go with It's a Small World.
That's what almost everyone says. He drops. Nope, he pays close. Nope.
It's not in here.
Small World's not an opening day attraction. It wasn't created until 1960. Keep trying, because you're on the right track. What else is in that same realm?
The carousel.
Well, the same realm of old, somewhat crappy rides.
Dumbo?
Dumbo! There you go.
I go on Dumbo every time I go to Disney. Come on.
Well, you can go on it any All right, who's the only U.S. vice president to also serve 2 full terms as president?
I think I might need to steal one of those football sweatshirts.
Vice president?
Serve 2 full terms.
Greetings, fans. This afternoon, the Kilty Marching Band is proud to present a portion of their 2021 production, Closer to the Heart, the music of Rush.
Scott, whatever happened to